So did anybody inform Arvind?
Yes. He will be coming shortly. Do you know this Dr. Chopra well, Ram?
Us, his wife.
Ajit?
And I know Maria. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, whenever I used to go, Dr. Chopra used to be at work. So I visited Marina's a few times and Maria also.
somehow or the other, I just can't place the gentleman. But I believe he speaks very well. And
Yeah. If I remember, he was very attached to, Mera auntie.
oh,
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Uncle.
Ajit.
Arvind ji said he'll join in just 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Janice,
हाँ जी,
do me a favor,
जी.
lighten up a bit. Don't be so serious all
No,
the
no.
time.
I'm just,
Life is full of Campacola times here.
yes.
So
Sure. जी.
just chill.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You should be like us, Janice, so we old people are always happy.
Then
I mean,
we
Sam
are
uncle
happy.
might say, who?
Just have
So
to.
I'm not calling you old, but
Hello, time
जी, जय बाबा.
5:30. Time to start the meeting. Biku,
Yes, sir.
do the prayer, please.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai Meher Baba. Beloved Baba, we'd like to invite you to this evening's program. Please come and join us and take over the goings on about this program. Let it be conducted exactly the way you want it to be. Poor Janice has worked very hard all week. Now we leave it all up to you to take over and run this program as per your wish. Thank you. Jai Baba, everybody. Today is the 7th of October. A very nice and auspicious day, in the sense today is the beginning of the Navratris for the Hindus festival. In the Baba world, Bal Nathu went to Baba on 7th of October. That was one event. And then on the 7th of October, 1954, Meher Baba stopped using the alphabet board. He had conducted a very elaborate ceremony and then he had discarded the board. So both these events are very important. And as we go on into the next week, we will be shortly on the 16th, we'll be going into the new life phase, which is another very important phase in the Meher Baba's calendar. So all in all, it's going to be an interesting time for all of us. Now, we have today with us Dr. Arvind Chopra, who should be joining in shortly. Dr. Chopra is known to most of us Baba lovers as a go-to doctor. He is based in Pune. He is a rheumatologist, and sorry, hails from a Baba lovers family. Jai Baba, Dr. Chopra. Unmute, sir.
Jai Baba.
Haji, Jai Meher Baba. You're just talking about you. You hail from Baba lover family of Dehradun, and you now presently live with your wife, Mehnaz, Baba's grandniece. So he is doubly connected to Baba and Baba families. He lives in the Baba house at Pune, and his son is also a doctor. Everybody has been saying a lot of things and going gaga over Dr. Chopra's talks. And all that I can remember about Dr. Chopra is that during the olden days, when somebody was sick or ill in the Mandli in Mehrabad or Mehrazad, they would say, "Arey, go to Dr. Chopra, go to Dr. Chopra." And that is how Dr. Arvind Chopra became famous with our Baba family. I would like now to hand over to Dr. Saab. Please take over and take us on a journey of your life and times with Baba and all that you have to share in his love. Thank you. Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab, please unmute.
Yeah.
Hello. Dr. Chopra.
He's there. He has to
Sorry?
unmute. He's there, but he has to unmute himself. Sir.
Uncle, let me try calling him. Huh? Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think he got disconnected.
Hi, yeah. Baba has this peculiar habit, when we are waiting for something good to happen, he always stretches it and makes you wait a little longer. Always.
He's back on.
उनको सताने में बड़ी मजा आती है.
You are there to engage us, Sam uncle.
हाँ जी.
You are
हाँ.
there to engage us.
Jai
Jai
Baba.
Baba Arvind ji. Yes. Yes, uncle.
Okay. Dr. Saab, all yours, sir.
Jai Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. First of all, it's a real privilege. Thank you so very much for asking me to join this wonderful Bombay family this evening. And I'm very overwhelmed. सोच रहा हूँ कि क्या बोलूं. बाबा के बारे में ही मुझे कहा गया बोलने के लिए. And Sam ji, thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba.
I'm a doctor like any other doctor, but thanks to beloved Baba, he put me in a particular position, and I bow my head to him for giving this wonderful opportunity. I think being a doctor is a privilege. Every doctor should believe that. It's a great privilege. And then to find Baba in your lifetime and have Baba all the time with you, I think I could not have asked for anything more. The life journey with Baba so far has been absolutely phenomenal. There's never been a pause. I've never stopped to think where I am at the moment. Everything seems like yesterday.
Wow.
And so, thank you, Baba. So, this evening, I will be speaking in English, in Hindi. And if somebody wants, I can speak in Marathi, but my Marathi is not very good, but I do talk to patients in Marathi. और साम जी आपने कहा कि हिंदी में बात करो, पर तुरंत साम जी ने बोल दिया कि वो बॉम्बे वाली हिंदी चाहिए.
तो बाबाजी लोग की हिंदी.
बाबाजी की हिंदी चाहिए. So I will try not to.
Doesn't matter, sir. Doesn't matter.
हिंदी.
No big deal.
वो हिंदी में बात करने का तो बहुत ही आनंद आता है, और क्योंकि देहरादून का हूँ तो
जी
हो सकता है कि हिंदी के शब्दों को थोड़ा सरल करने की जरूर कोशिश करूंगा, क्योंकि पूना में रहकर हिंदी भी थोड़ी सी कमजोर हो गई है, पर जब इस प्रकार के मौके मिलते हैं तो बहुत आनंद आता है. और बाबा से कई बार हम सोचते हैं कि हिंदी में बहुत दिन से बात नहीं की बाबा, तो आज मैं इंग्लिश में हिंदी में बात करूंगा. और मेरनाज who's my wife, तो मेरनाज ने मुझे ये भी कह दे कि गुजराती में भी ट्राई कर लेना, बट आई वोंट ट्राई दैट. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड गुजराती, बद्दू समझूं पर बोलना में थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम चाहिए. सो
सर एक रिक्वेस्ट है, if she is around, can you ask her also to join in?
Sir, she is around, but she is in Baba house, और मैंने I am in the clinic. I've just finished my work in the clinic and come up to my conference room, जहाँ से मैं आप सबके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ. But she and Mary are very much there in Baba house listening to all of us. And they send
Someday perhaps we can have her also speak.
Yes, I think let me try to get across to a little later.
जी जरूर जरूर.
And let's hope that yes.
No. And another Thursday, some other Thursday. Today is yours, dedicated
No.
full time.
No, I think she has many more Baba stories than me, because she was born and she grew up in Baba's lap, if I can say that, lap, Baba's environment, of course. तो इसके पहले मैं शुरू करूं, I want to sort of just share with you some of my very inner thoughts on the subject that I've chosen, or subject that I've been given on experiences with Mir Baba. सबसे पहले तो मैं बाबा से प्रार्थना करना चाहूंगा कि प्रियतम बाबा, अनजाने में कुछ भूल हो जाए तो क्षमा कर दीजिएगा, क्योंकि when you tax your memory and try to remember many things that have happened in the past, and believe me, so much has happened when you are with Baba, that कभी-कभी memory can play tricks. तो बाबा से क्षमा मांगता हूँ कि अनजाने में कुछ झूठ नहीं, पर कुछ ऐसे not consciously or unconsciously, if I say something which may not be true, Baba, please forgive me, because I'm going to really try and remember things as they were. In fact, जब से जेनिस ने मुझसे कहा कि आपको बॉम्बे के इस कार्यक्रम में आना है, तो already my memory has been well taxed, oiled, freshened. बहुत कुछ सोचता रहा हूँ in between in the clinic while examining patients. Somehow that thought has been always there कि मुझे थर्सडे को बात करनी है बाबा के बारे में, क्या बात करूं. तो सबसे पहले मैं ये एक अपनी पर्सनल, इसको मेडिकल लैंग्वेज में डिस्क्लेमर बोलते हैं, but I just want to make sure that I'll Baba be with me and Baba will guide me and all of us. The second thing, though I'm going to talk about experiences, अपने अनुभव, अपने तजुर्बों के बारे में बात करूंगा, पर मैं ये आप सबसे ये शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, I want to share with all of you that I believe that each Baba lover is unique. Every Baba lover has a unique story to talk, to share. हर एक एक्सपीरियंस यूनिक है. कुछ बाबा प्रेमी अपने अनुभवों के बारे में बातचीत कर लेते हैं, बता देते हैं at various sort of, I would say, platforms. But I believe that many Baba lovers who are very close to us, some of them also, वो अपने बहुत सारे अनुभव, बहुत ही सुंदर अनुभव उनके अंदर रहते हैं, संकोच में शायद बताते नहीं है, सो इसलिए भंडार है बाबा के एक्सपीरियंसेस का एक्चुअली. There's an ocean of experiences. Everyone has experiences. और अगर मैं बोल दूं कि कोई किसी से कम नहीं है, तो मैं आज जो आपके साथ शेयर करने जा रहा हूं, क्षमा कीजिए ये मेरे व्यक्तिगत अनुभव हैं, और इन अनुभवों से आप उसमें आप बाबा का प्रेम ही देखना. कोई तुलना की बात नहीं है. There is no comparison. There is no sort of, I will not try to extrapolate out of the experiences. They are experiences. And I grew up with another very firm conviction थी मेरे अंदर, जो आज भी है, that भले ही मैं अपने जीवन में इन अनुभवों को अनुभव कहूं, या coincidence कहूं, या miracle कहूं, but somehow I grew up with a thought that Baba, you are so much more, that helped me not to get too much attached with them. तो एक भावना थी कि I should love those experiences. I remember them. At times they come back to me and sort of give me a lot of sweetness, but I do not want to get too much attached to them because Baba is so much more. I hope I'm able to convey this thought that कई बातें भूल जाता हूं, होता रहता है कुछ ना कुछ. And here I remember that I used to very often have an argument with my mom, with my mother, क्योंकि हमारी जो माता जी थी वो कुछ नहीं भूलना चाहती थी. वो बाबा से इतना अंधा प्रेम करती थी कि उसको बाबा के सपने भी चाहिए थे, बाबा के अनुभव भी चाहिए थे, और कुछ भूलना नहीं होना चाहिए. तो कभी हम तो आर्ग्यू करते थे कि अरे तुम कैसे भूल गए, हाउ कैन यू फॉरगेट. तो ये कई बार आर्ग्यू कि मम्मी ठीक है, बाबा ने आपको बनाया है, मुझे बनाया है, आप मेरी माता जी हैं, बट मे बी आई एम, तो बोलती थी अच्छा तुम डॉक्टर हो इसलिए तुम्हें शायद you don't sort of give too much value to them. ये बात सही नहीं थी एक्चुअली. बड़ा तकलीफ होती समझाने के लिए कि मम्मी मुझे भी बहुत प्रेम उन भावनाओं से, अनुभव जो होते हैं, एक्सपीरियंसेस. सो फ्रेंड्स, दिस मॉर्निंग इटसेल्फ, जैसे कि मेरे रूटीन के मुताबिक मैं बहुत जल्दी उठता हूँ, कई सालों से उठता हूँ. I normally get up very early at about 5:15, 5:30, and then I sit outside Baba's room where I have my first cup of tea. और कुछ आदत सी बन गई कि उस वक्त सोचता हूँ कि आज के दिन के अंदर कुछ अगर कोई प्रायोरिटीज है तो बाबा बताइए. देयर आर मेनी काइंड ऑफ, कभी कॉन्फ्रेंस होती है तो उनके बारे में सुबह सोचता हूँ कि आज कुछ ऐसा बोलना है, वैसा बोलना है, मेडिकल मीटिंग्स में. तो आज बाहर बैठा तो बाबा को बोला कि बाबा आज तो आपके प्रेमियों के साथ बात करनी है, बताइए क्या बोले. तो एक इंस्पिरेशन सी आई जो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. कुछ दिन से सोच रहा था, बट it suddenly dawned on me that I should call my this evening as experiences. No, I wanted to actually call it experience, love, miracle, Meher Baba. So these are the words that I put them together. You can call it experience, love, miracle, which is Meher Baba, or you can call it experiences, love, and miracle. So in my own way, I'll try to sort of, go to and fro from one subject, one word to the other, and talk about my experiences. So as I said that when something unusual happens, जिसका हमें कोई उम्मीद नहीं थी, हमारी इच्छाएं तो बहुत है, सबके अंदर इच्छा है, पर हमने सोचा नहीं था कि ऐसा कभी होगा, या सोचा भी था पर उम्मीद नहीं थी. We didn't have much hope that that will happen. So उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Those of us जो बाबा के प्रेमी हैं, जैसे कि आपने शायद वो एक बहुत ही सुंदर भजन है, जो तेरे हैं वो तेरा जिक्र किया करते हैं. तो क्योंकि हम बाबा तुमसे प्रेम करते हैं, तो हर अनुभव को आपके ऊपर थोप देते हैं. We leave it to you. And I think that's the way I've always felt. It's not necessary that every anubhav, every experience has been a matter of joy. Some experiences give us sorrow. बहुत सारे अनुभव जो है वो उसमें हमें दुख भी होता है. There are failures. But that also, Baba, it's yours. Because मैंने तो आप ही का नाम लेके सब कुछ किया है, आपके बारे में सोच कर सब कुछ किया है. And I think at this point of time, I can share with you that I've never felt as if he is not with me.
Wow.
It was only a matter of sometimes just looking within or looking to the side and saying, Baba, of course you are there. बताइए क्या करें. तो इस तरीके से कुछ अपनी वृद्धि हुई कि मैं चाहता हूं कि बाबा आप अपने सब प्रेमियों के साथ हैं, और मैं सोचता हूं कि ये मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं कि मैंने अपने जीवन में शायद इस अंदाज को इसकी इतनी धारणा कर ली है कि बाबा से ही बातें होती हैं, बाबा से ही प्रेम होता है, बाबा से ही झगड़े होते हैं. तो आई थिंक इन माई वे दैट्स द वे आई लिव. मेयर बाबा से कई बार बोलता हूं कि सांस सांस में आप कहते हो कि आप समाये हैं. मैं चाहता हूं कि मैं आपको हर सांस में उस चीज का अनुभव करूं कि आप सचमुच में हर सांस में समाये हैं. सो ये जो तजुर्बे हैं, ये जो एक्सपीरियंसेस, जो अनुभव है, इनके बारे में आई विल शेयर विद यू. एंड इसके पहले कि मैं भूल ना जाऊं, I was tempted to ask Janice, how much time do I have? And I was totally taken aback. She said, Doctor, 1.5 hours. So I said, 1.5 hours? आज तक मुझे किसी ने 1.5 hours नहीं दिए बात करने के लिए. And doctors have to be very often told, please stop. Doctors have the habit of talking too much, but thank you all very much.
Sir, I would like to make a correction. Janice ने जो बोला है 1 hour, you can exceed 1 hour and more and more till you want to stop. No, honestly.
No.
Because once the rhythm starts, now.
नहीं, this is जैसे अगर मैं बोलूं कि this is outright sort of like a lottery in 90 minutes. And so and वो भी दिन थे जब मुझे याद आता है कि बाबा के कीर्तन जब हमारे यहाँ घर में होते थे, मेरदा में, देहरादून में हम सब सम्मिलित होते थे, तो one of the most precious commodity was time. सभी गाना चाहते थे, सभी बात करना चाहते थे बाप रे. और ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाती थी कि भाई सब नहीं बात कर पाएंगे, तुम 5 मिनट ले लो, अच्छा भैया तुम अगली बार बात कर लेना. तो so when I look upon those days, so this is generosity unlimited. Baba, thank you very much. So of course, I will possibly, I've already chosen some things and I'm going to speak to you all. So to begin with, I would like to share with you my earlier days of how Baba captured me and I captured Baba. My earlier days, जो कि जिसकी मैंने I think शायद उसके बारे में कभी इतनी बातचीत नहीं हुई, and I think this will surprise Mehrnaz and Meher also. So because you all made me think. I have not spoken in many Baba meetings actually. So I was 13-year-old. The year was 1967. It was December, Dehradun. very bitter winter, absolutely cold winter. And we had a very sweet dog, Pomeranian, and her name was Ruby. And we all loved her. बहुत प्रेम करते Ruby. Ruby was absolutely, the central piece of our life those days. And middle class family. We had migrated from Kenya. हम केनिया से आए थे. डैड ने निर्णय किया था कि बच्चों को हिंदुस्तान में पढ़ाएंगे जिससे बिगड़ ना जाएं. बाकी सब लोग इंग्लैंड चले गए when Kenya became free. But dad made a choice that we will go to India. And though we are from Punjab, for some reason, dad said we'll go to Dehradun, which is the seat of learning for school education. And also we have a very strong Arya Samaj background. Both my parents are very pious. And so with this हिंदू धर्म जो हमारे में बहुत कूट कूट के भरा हुआ था सब में, उसको भी सोच समझ के बोला कि देहरादून जाएंगे, क्योंकि देहरादून जो है वहाँ पे education is very good and it is a very dharmic place. That's what my dad's thinking was. So we were in Dehradun, and as I said, December 67, I was 13-year-old, 3 brothers, 1 sister. So Ruby was a new member of our family, this pet. बहुत कठिन दिन थे वो दिन, उसके बारे में आपसे क्या बताएं. Dad took premature retirement, and we were all in the best of schools in Dehradun. That was the background. And one fine, I don't remember exactly what happened. Maybe it was evening, and mom was playing with Ruby outside the house. बाहर मम्मी खेल रहे थे उस Ruby pet के साथ. She was, I think, maybe not even a year old. Suddenly she dashed out from the house onto the road, and before we knew, she was run over by a cycle, and she died. So within a matter of few minutes, ऐसा लगा कि दुनिया ही खत्म हो गई हमारे लिए. मतलब इतना हम, not to us, but mom went into such a lot of sorrow. तो रूबी वो इतना एक तरह से अजीब सा माहौल मुझे याद आया, तो आज हंसी आती है सोच के. We were all very sad to lose such a wonderful pet, but we could not understand mummy's grief. I still remember कि हम कहते कि मम्मी पागल होगा क्या, ले आएंगे एक और पेट को. 7 दिन तक घर में खाना ही नहीं बना, सिर्फ दाल चावल daddy used to cook, and mummy was totally distraught, as if the sky has fallen. Somebody, one of our neighbors during that period, told my mom कि संतोष, इतना गम करना अच्छा नहीं होता, जानवर है, पर कोई बात नहीं, तुम एक काम करो, हम आपके यहाँ घर में कीर्तन रखवाते हैं, एक कीर्तन करेंगे, भगवान का नाम लेंगे, तो आप थोड़ा सा शांत हो जाओ. ये तो जैसे कि आप जानते हैं, I don't have to go into all the details. Her friends, everyone was shocked. And she told mummy कि I know a lady who does Meher Baba's kirtans. She is very, what you call, impressive in her talks. बहुत अच्छा गाती हैं, मेहर बाबा की भक्त है, तो बाबा का कीर्तन तुम्हारे यहाँ घर में होना चाहिए. तो मम्मी said, okay, we'll have a kirtan. So the lady in reference was Prakashvati Sharma. And Prakashvati Sharma was one of the earlier sort of pillars of, if I can say, Meher Baba's times in Dehradun at that time. So Prakashvati was approached, mummy went and met her, and she said, of course, हम आएंगे कीर्तन करने, इसमें कोई, हम आएंगे जरूर, we do कीर्तन. So it was a Tuesday, and she came, and Baba lovers came, and and the kirtan took place. And I still remember that somehow by the time the kirtan was over, there was a lot of peace everywhere. We were very happy. हमें तो मेहर बाबा के बारे में कुछ मालूम नहीं था. And Mummy kept on looking at Meher Baba's photo, which was used by Prakashvati for kirtans. And just as a matter of fact, she told कि आंटी जी आप बुरा ना माने, इस फोटो को हमारे पास थोड़े दिन और रहने दीजिए. So वो दिन, और अगर मैं कहूँ कि आज का दिन, that photo never went back.
Shabash.
And Prakashvati said कि अगर आपको फोटो से आप बाबा से प्रेम करने लगते हैं और बाबा के बारे में कुछ आप चाहती है तो मैं आपको बताऊंगी. But anyway, that was the beginning. And I don't know how immediately Mummy accepted Meher Baba. In fact, the story is that those of you who have been to Dehradun, she and Dad used to go for a walk on Rajpur Road, jahan pe Meher Dham hai, and sometimes they would read the board outside which said Meher Dham, Avatar Meher Baba, and they would wonder ki what is in this particular center inside, but they never went inside. But Mummy would always tell Dad ki one day we must go inside and see what is it. So anyway, in a short period of time, if I can come to the point, we all fell in love with Meher Baba. Start with Mummy, kabhi koi no questions, nothing. My middle brother, Anoop, he's in Australia at the moment. Maybe he's listening to me this evening. He was full of wonderful questions, and we would just hang around and listen to the answers. But what I want to share with you is, it made me think, this meeting, that how did we all get tutored in Meher Baba and his love? How did we get mentored? And I think it is here that I want to share with you the fact that, Baba, thank you very much. I've never thanked you for this, but we brothers, or we children, and our parents, of course, they were big, but I can talk about the children. We couldn't have asked for a better set of teachers to teach us about Meher Baba and his love and his works and everything that Baba stood for. And I thought to start with, I'll pay a tribute to those wonderful people who are Baba's people, who had spent so much time with Meher Baba. And, you know, I said Prakashvati, strong voice. आज भी मुझे याद है, कीर्तन में आती थी, टावरिंग पर्सनालिटी, और शुरू कर देती थी अपने भजन, क्या नहीं देते मेहर कोई लेने वाला चाहिए. And we would, of course, if I can tell you that somehow I was more pious than my other brothers. They were somewhat mischievous, or they would run away, but somehow I was the one who would sit next to Mummy, or Mummy wouldn't let me get up and say, "Baith ja, baith ja. Sun, sun." So I used to be always with my mom as a companion, and I used to love singing. उसके पहले भी हमारे घर में, you know, भजन होते थे. So, and I grew up in that environment. प्रकाशवती जी के साथ उनकी दो बेटियां भी आती थी. याद है, उनकी बड़ी बेटी सुदेश, हर कीर्तन में मैंने वो सुना, और आज याद आया, वीणा मधुर मधुर स्वर बोल, वीणा मधुर मधुर स्वर बोल, मेहरमयी झनकार सुना दे, जिससे जड़ में चेतन आ जाए, प्रेम निरंतर प्रचंड होवे. Every kirtan, these were the earlier bhajans मुझे जो याद आते हैं. मेहरेकम मेहर नित्यम मेहर सत्यम सुंदरम, और उसके साथ मधुसूदन जी की पूरी जीवन गाथा सुनने को मिली. देहरादून आए, बहुत बातें हुई उनके साथ. सरदारनी, हमारी एक आंटी थी, सरदार वीरेंद्र सिंह जी, बाबा के एकदम 5 प्यारे. आपने फोटो देखी हुई उनकी. We were so close to him. Sardar ji was a very difficult man. He was ex-policeman. It was not easy to please him. Not many people managed to please him, even if they were Baba lovers. But हमारे साथ इतना प्रेम, he used to come every Tuesday. And the only way we got close to him was, at least mummy and daddy and me, he would love to read from Baba's books. और वो सब कुछ और कुछ नहीं से कुछ पेजेस पढ़ते थे बाहुकुल जी के, उसमें बुद्धूमल कैरेक्टर था जो क्वेश्चन पूछता था उसको आंसर दिए जाते थे. I remember for months and months Baba's books he would read for 15-20 minutes, but we were more enamored and charmed by his wife Sadhanya. Wonderful singer, absolutely daring singer. जब बाबा के फंक्शन देहरादून में कभी होते थे, जिन्होंने देखा देहरादून में क्लॉक टावर विच इज घंटाघर, पंडाल लगा दिया बाबा के बर्थडे पे और हजारों लोग इकट्ठे हो जाते थे, मुझे याद है. एंड सदानिया आंटीज वॉइस वाज एब्सोल्युटली ऑल ओवर. जमाने से निराली है उस मेहरा वाले की क्या फोर्स. तो वी ग्रू अप इन दैट एनवायरनमेंट. बातों बातों में बाबा का प्रेम मिलता रहा. और कुमार जी, शत्रुघ्न कुमार जी हमारे इस मेहर बाबा स्कूल की जिसमें जिक्र कर रहा हूं, ही मस्ट बी द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ दैट स्कूल. सो मेनी इवनिंग्स स्पेंट विद देम, so much love received from him, and hearing him talk in first person about his stories. Mr. God, आपने सुना होगा, बहुत लोगों ने कुमार जी की बातें सुनी होंगी. When he was a communist and he addressed God in the desperate movement and said, I want to get out of this prison. तो ये सब बातें सुन के तो ये हमारी ट्यूटरिंग, हमारी मेंटरिंग हुई बाबा के बारे में. कुमार जी के बारे में तो मैं जितना भी कहूं उतना भी कम होगा. He has a very unique position in our association love for Meher Baba. It's literally for me. आज भी याद है, डॉक्टर बना. I went home with Baba's grace, got several awards, outstanding. I got my medical education from Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. And Kumar ji called me over and said, आज celebrate करेंगे. बेटा आज तो तुम डॉक्टर बन गए हो. And he asked my parents, if you don't mind, Arvind and me are going to have a peg of whiskey together. बेटा बाबा ने मुझे अलाउ किया हुआ है कभी कभी. And I was taken aback. And my dad was absolutely against, but in that moment of love and bliss, he poured me a small and said, Jai Baba.
Hi, Shabas.
And then he gave me one of the most beautiful gifts that I can think of. He went inside, I remember, and brought a book and said, Arvind, this is your award from my side. Stay with God, Francis Breber's, on which Baba had given him that copy. And I love that book. And I'm going to quote from that book this evening. Something, maybe if I have time. Some years passed by, and one night, I think I was maybe in Dehradun, I don't remember, I was in college, I was doing my medicine, उन दिनों मैं पढ़ रहा था. And I had this wonderful dream. I didn't dream about Meher Baba so much as my mom used to dream. We had to all listen to her dreams very often. But I dreamt, and in my dream, I don't remember where and what, but all I know is that I'm sitting in Baba's feet and I'm massaging his feet. I'm looking at his feet and every finger. और मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि बाबा इतने perfect feet आपके. I'm trying to look for some blemish. I still remember कहीं मोल दिख जाए, कहीं दिखा नहीं. I was in my own bliss, pressing his feet, looking up. बाबा बहुत प्रेम से देख रहे थे और मैं वो बाबा के पांव दबाता दबाता मेरी नींद कहीं टूट गई या कुछ. And I was very excited. I said, Mummy, मुझे बाबा का सपना है. And this is what I saw in my dream. And Mummy was thrilled. Mummy said, ये तो बहुत ही बढ़िया सपना है. और ऐसे कुछ दिन बीत गए. And then I think Mummy told me on the phone or something, after a few days or maybe a few weeks, he said, you know, your dream has come true. And I was taken aback. I said, dream has come true? बोली बेटा ऐसा है कि मैं कुमार जी को मिलने गई थी, शत्रुघ्न कुमार जी को, मेहर माफी में, तो उनके पास बाबा के चरण हैं.
Oh.
And he has a mold of Baba's feet. At some time it was created, and then that mold was given to Kumarji. And I don't remember the details, but somebody from US, I think it was Jack Small, if I remember, he approached Kumarji and said, we want to make impressions of Baba's feet impressions in, I think it was in lime or something. And we want to sort of, preserve that for the posterity. हम उसके बाबा के चरणों को प्रिजर्व करना चाहते हैं, और हम एक उसका जो सैंपल बनेगा वो आपको लाकर देंगे और एक ही बनाएंगे. तो एक्चुअली कुमार जी ने जब बाद में ये बात कहानी बताई, वो बाबा उसने उसको जैक्समॉल को बोला कि ठीक है, मान गए कुमार जी कि चरण लेके जाओ, पर ये बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होगी आपकी. एंड आई बिलीव दैट जैक्समॉल कैरिड दोज बाबा's feet impressions in his lap throughout the air until he reached.
Oh.
So when the impressions came back, and there was an extra Baba's feet impression, so Kumarji and Subhadra auntie's wife, Kumarji and Subhadra told Mummy Santosh, we'll give you one of the most wonderful gifts to you. We have got something very special to give to you. And they gave this feet impression to Mummy and said, we got one extra, but some of you felt that we should give it to you. And Mummy was so thrilled and she said, Kumarji, आप ये चरण दे रहे हैं, पर कुछ हफ्ते पहले अरविंद को सपना आया था. So, pardon me if I get emotional. It's not easy sometimes to remember these very wonderful things. And those feet are with the family. तो ये हमारे गुरु जी थे कुमार जी. बहुत कुछ सीखा, बहुत कुछ सुना. और सुभद्रा आंटी ज्यादा बात नहीं करती थी, but she used to feed us, while Kumarji used to be telling us the intricacies of Baba's love, new life, ये वो सब कुछ. तो गाजर का हलवा तो सुभद्रा आंटी ने खिलाया, and carrots are good for the brain. And I remember that at times at Merdam, I used to write bhajans for Mummy. उनका एक ही फेवरेट भजन था, बहुत सुंदर तेरा नाम है मेरे प्रभु. Every time she would tell me कि Arvind, वो भजन सुनाता. So then this is how we grew, first hand getting stories about Meher Baba. And Balkishan Bakshi ji, who made the Meher Dham, another very staunch Meher Baba follower, lover, जिन्होंने बख्शी जी को मिले हैं देहरादून में. And Bakshi ji was, if I can sum up, absolutely deeply in love with Meher Baba, but rustic to the core of his being. He didn't believe in too much of philosophy. उनका तो हमें ये कहता है कि भाई बाबा से प्रेम करो यार, बस छोड़ दो सब चिंता. Nothing is required. No need to read books and this and that. Baba is, बस बाबा को अपने पास रखो and that's it. और उनकी बातें याद आती थी, वो उनके भजन भी इतने रस्टिक होते थे जैसे गांव में लोग गाते हैं. मेरदा में we had to give him, one भजन, आखिरी भजन होता प्रसाद के पहले. और कई बार जैसे कि आप, अगर मैं आपसे शेयर करूं, everything was not honky dory between Baba lovers in Dehradun. जहां प्रेम होता है वहां तकरार भी होता है. There were fights also, there were arguments also, there were complaints which were sometimes sent to Baba when he was in physical form. And there were some moments I remember in Merdam of sort of, altercations and, everyone trying to sometimes, get one above the other and come to a decision. But Bakshi fortunately was, I think there were two very important things with Bakshi. First of all, Meher Baba made Bakshi a very, very rich man, which is important in life also. He was the bank. So, so he would, spend, generously. Baba gave him a very big heart. So in all these arguments is to end by generally two things which Bakshi would finally say. अरे छोड़ो यार, ये बताओ कितना खर्चा करना है, कर दो यार, बस खत्म करो. And I think that was a very practical thing. But then if somebody tried to explain to him about, let's say, कि ये बाबा को पसंद है, ये बाबा को पसंद नहीं है, it's a matter of your perspective. We often think that Baba will like this, Baba will not like this, but the truth is, जो बख्शी जी बाद में कई बार बोलते थे मेहरधाम की मीटिंग्स में, अरे यार छोड़ो, he would not say Baba, he would say Baba. Baba की बातें Baba ही जाने यार, leave it to Baba. And that I'll never forget. And such a, I would say that is wisdom. That is absolute wisdom. Why argue about Baba? Why dissect all these things? Baba की बातें Baba ही जाने यार, छोड़ दो बस. हम नहीं समझ पा रहे. We cannot understand after this moment. After all the, the wars were over. This was the solution, absolute solution. Leave it to Baba. So I'm remembering all those wonderful teachers, mentors, जिनको कभी हमने ट्यूशन फीस तो दी नहीं, but they give us Meher Baba. We acquired, we learned so much about all these things. And I'm just sort of, remembering those early days. 1968, Baba was still in physical form. You remember, all of you. The month was August, Janmashtami ka tha. Or very soon we learned also as children, as we grew up, that Dehradun, as I said, and that there were so many other Baba lovers also, wonderful Baba lovers. But if I compare that with what I see in Pune or Ahmednagar, or maybe, I don't know about Bombay or Delhi, or अरे देहरादून के बाबा प्रेमी तो पागल थे. बाबा के प्रेम में पागल. जो हमने वहां पे देखी है एक्सटेसी इन बाबा's love, functions, कार्यक्रम, ये वो, Prabhat fairies. Prasad was never two sweets. I miss that. Prasad was like a full meal. जहां भी प्रसाद, we would really get fed up of telling मम्मी की बस बंद करो यार. We have made one or two things, but she would not stop. आज कीर्तन है, ये भी बनाओ, वो भी बनाओ, ये. So we grew up in that particular kind of environment. So the month of August 1968 is also a very, very unforgettable part of my life. Janmashtami was the event. And Prakashvati, who was the headmistress of our school of Meher Baba's for all the children, us, she said we must put up a play for Meher Baba. बच्चों को इकट्ठा किया and said we must have a play. We'll put up a play actually. And the play was called The Advent of God. And in that, she chose various actors and actresses amongst us. कि तुम ज़रूरत बनोगे, तुम गुरु नानक बनोगे, तुम राम बनोगे, तुम कृष्णा बनोगे. तो हम सब, besides us brothers, there were other children. हमारे सब में यार ये हो गया कि बाबा का रोल किसको मिलने वाला है. And Sunday Prakashwati ji, we used to call her mummy. She said, Arvind, you must become Ram. You are like Ram. अरे हम राम? बोली yes. मैं जानती हूँ कि तेरे अंदर राम जैसी बातें हैं, तो मुझे राम बनाया गया. And then she said, I want you to do one more role. And I want you to become A-Rich also. So, and so राम का बन गए हम. हमें वो प्रीत चली आई, जैसे कुछ दोहे बोले हमने तुलसीदास के, कि और एरज में बनाया. तो बाबा का रोल went to my middle brother Anoop, who was in Perth, and we said, Anoop, इसको मेरे बाबा ये तो बहुत क्वेश्चन पूछते और बात भी ज्यादा नहीं करते. Would never even come. He was silent lover. तो प्रकाशवती बोलती नहीं, he looks very silent, so he should become मेरे बाबा. And so I felt, like sibling rivalry. So I was heiress to him. And my youngest brother, Ashwin, who is now in Nagar, and many of you may be knowing him. So she said he's the most mischievous of all the children in Dehradun at that time.
Mm.
So we must make him Krishna.
Oh.
So anyway, we had a wonderful rehearsals, and somebody came Hanuman and all those things. In fact, there was a boy working with Prakashvati who became my Hanuman. And in the heat of the moment, when the advent of the avatars was going on, he was supposed to jump on the stage and fall in my feet. That is Hanuman.
Mm.
So he tripped over an electrical wire and fell in my lab at the kiosk, and people thought it was part of the play, and we laughed and all that.
Mm.
Years went by. His name was Tallu. I forgot about him, but I could not forget Galit. After about 30 years, I went to Dehradun after many years, just recently, and I went to Mehrdam, and a voice calls from behind saying, Arvind Bhai Sahab. I turned around and said, Aapka Tallu, Hanuman. I said, Baba, I had to meet my Tallu again after so many years. This was Mehrdam. But coming back to 1968, these photographs were sent by Prakashvati to Baba. Baba was in seclusion. And my brother, youngest Ashwin, reminded me this morning. I was talking to him, and he said, yeah, Bhaiya, tumhe yaad hai, we got a letter from Erich after Baba saw the photographs, and Baba said, laughed and said, he said, this is so nice. I'm seeing myself in all these children. Something to that effect. The letter was full of love, and Baba wrote to my father saying that letter. Erich wrote on Baba's this thing that, don't worry, I'm always with you, and things like that. And we felt so wonderful. Ki Baba ka love letter hai. That was absolutely, so wonderful. Baba dropped his body, as you know, in 69. And like everyone, it was terrible somehow to come to terms with that loss. But my mother, she could not bear the thought of not seeing Meher Baba.
Mm.
And on the spur of the moment, she told Dad, I am going. I have to see Baba immediately. I have to have his darshan. So she was the one amongst us who went, reached there. She spent 7 days.
Oh.
And she took Baba's darshan, but not Dad. Finally, she sent a telegram to Dad saying, come over, Baba's is going to be kept for 7 days. You also come and take darshan. But as Baba's will, Baba left, Daddy left in time. There was a train accident in the way and he got late. He only reached there after the Baba's, had been covered. And then at the railway station of Ahmednagar, somebody told him that I don't think you'll be able to see Baba because I think today is the 7th day. Why don't you go to Merazad and go to Baba's room? And Daddy never knew who told him that. So he went to Merazad. He went to Baba's room, and he always felt wonderful by putting his head on Baba's bed, because they told him that first they were hesitant to open the room, but knowing that he's come from Dehradun, he said, look, I have missed the chance of Baba's darshan. So he felt in this particular manner. He came and told us, I was there, I put my head. They said that even the bed nothing had been changed. And then he was a Urdu scholar also. He was born in Pakistan before the partition. So he captured 2 ghazals which were Baba's favorite, which were on the wall at that somewhere. And one of the ghazals which he often sang, and if I can, I've marked it. Daddy was not Mommy wouldn't let him sing very often. Mommy thought that tum chup chap sunte raho. He was not allowed to sing much, which happens in many families, So it was only Mommy was a great singer, and she would, be one of the sort of leaders of the kirtans for years and years with Prakashvati and Dehradun. But ये गजल बहुत ही सुंदर है.
सर आप गा के सुना दीजिए हमें.
इतना शदीद गम है कि अरसे से गम नहीं, कैसे कहूँ मैं आपका मुझ पे करम नहीं, इतना शदीद गम है कि अरसे से गम नहीं, मंजिल मुझे मिले ना मिले इसका गम नहीं, मंजिल मुझे मिले ना मिले इसका गम नहीं, जब आप साथ साथ हैं, जब आप साथ साथ हैं ये भी तो कम
वाह,
नहीं, इतना शदीद गम है. So it's a long, beautiful ghazal. So this is what he and एक और गजल थी, बशर के खाके गफलत से जगाया मेहर बाबा ने, जो नगमा सो रहा था फितरत के तारों में. ऐसे इट्स अ वेरी डीप उर्दू गजल, वो मुझे आज वर्ड्स मिले नहीं. So these ghazals he brought from that particular visit, and he was only allowed to sing these two songs sometimes in Baba's programs. So that's how we grew, and a lot of things. I narrated my going to medical college is no less than actually a miracle or an absolutely great coincidence. So many कहानी थोड़े दिन पहले बताई थी, so I may not repeat that. That how Baba made sure that I came to Pune to do my MBBS when there was nothing like Pune in my mind at all. After having been selected in one of the finest colleges that I've always dreamt of, King George Medical College, Lucknow, and my parents were so thrilled. It's so difficult to get, and with very modest means, बाबा ने वो दिशा ही बदल दी. तो यही तो बाबा के चमत्कार होते हैं हम सबके जीवन में. तो वो भी एक बहुत बड़ी कहानी है. पूना आना ही था और पूना में आकर पुणेकर बनना था. तो इस तरीके से कदम कदम पे सोचना नहीं पड़ा बाबा के बारे में. जैसे मैंने आपसे शुरू में कहा है, देयर इज नो थिंकिंग रिक्वायर्ड. हम बाबा के हो गए और बाबा हमारे हो गए, एज सिंपल एज दैट. एंड so when I came to medical college, to join medical college, mummy was very clear. Mummy and dad both came to leave me कि पहली बार बेटा जा रहा है घर के बाहर, we have to go with him. So mummy said first we must go to Baba Samadhi and get his blessings and then we'll go. And before Baba Samadhi, she of course that's another story I said last time, she insisted, it was in the evening, that we must go and meet Mera and Mani and Erich. And so anyway, that got over. We came to Pune and we went to, amongst many things to do in Pune. For Mummy, it was very important that we go to Baba's room. And Mummy already had met Pareen, my Baba's sister-in-law, and Merna's grandmother earlier. I'd never met her. So Mummy took me to Baba's room, and I don't remember much, but Pareen Mai, whom I grew to call Memas. So I remember that Mummy was crying, and Memas was hugging her and saying, "Don't worry, he's a big boy. He's come to Baba's Nagari. Baba के शहर में आया है, कुछ चिंता की बात ही नहीं. तुम फिक्र मत करो, आज से मैं इसकी माँ हूँ."
शाबाश.
And it never dawned me what it really meant, that love which grew between her and me over the years. That was 1972. And I got married in 84 and came to live in Baba house with my mas for years and years. So, to put it into right perspective, whatever I think जो भी कमी रह गई थी बाबा के बारे में, बाबा के प्रेम के बारे में, बाबा के मत वाले दीवाने बाबा प्रेमियों के बारे में जो कुछ भी कुछ कमी रह गई हो गई, जो देहरादून में पूरी नहीं हुई, वो मेमास ने पूरी कर दी. I think we were like, you know, if I can say, fish to water or whatever it may be. And though Mariners was there, and but I could sort of fathom at Mimas's love and care for me. I heard her so often saying that there is, of course, Sheru was the elder son, wonderful, had great relationship with Sheru, with Rustam Srab. But later on, she'd always say my sons are Rustam Srab and Arvind. And जो फिर कहानियां जैसे आप लोग जानते हैं कि Memas had the singular honor and privilege to be Shirin Mai's chosen Bahu, sister and daughter-in-law.
Oh.
And her story, maybe someday Menas will tell you of how she got married to Behram. And for me, it was absolutely a divine experience. I was running up and down, setting up practice, doctor ko time nahi milta. But I would find some time and Memas would wait for me to tell me something.
Wow.
At times we would sit and she knew I loved tea, she loved tea, but chalo chai para, you know, all those good old days. तो मुझे ऐसा कभी लगा ही नहीं. I always felt as if I've always been there. So my zehn, my conscience, myself, I just kept on getting all this into me. और जब आज आप इतने प्रेम से आप you loving friends, बाबा lovers मुझे बोलते हो कि तुम बात करो, तो मुझे समझ नहीं आती मैं कहाँ से शुरू करूँ और कहाँ खत्म करूँ. So इस तरीके से बाबा के एक्सपीरियंसेस तो बहुत है. तो मेमास ने वो सब कमियां पूरी कर दी. एक बार मम्मी को जब मैं छुट्टियों में मिलने गया, my mom knew what my favorites were. So I told mommy, don't worry, Memas has learned all my favorite recipes also. I'm a Punjabi, I like बैंगन का भरता or I like parathas. And I never told her. She told me, Arvind, मुझे मालूम है तुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है, मैं बनाऊंगी, मैं ये सीखूंगी, मैं वो सीखूंगी. And it's a fact. I think Menas listening to me must be amused that yes, maybe she doesn't know that I've had 2 dinners, one with her and one with Memas. So that's how we grew. And yes. And then, of course, I was in the army for several years. And yes, I must keep a track of time too. So, and then switching gears a little bit, not gears, I think this is almost my core part of me being Baba is the times that I spent with Meera. They were absolutely unique. So, आज आपको एक छोटा सा किस्सा सुनाता हूँ. I was in the army. I was a doctor in the army. I was a physician in the army. And army is a great place. There's no doubt about that. And I had no reason to complain, actually. I mean, I had got almost the best that any doctor in the army could get, whether it was AFM's college or later on my service. But I decided to leave the army. कि बस बहुत हो गया बाबा, अब मैं छोड़ दूंगा. I did my MD, I became a specialist, and then my struggle started to get out of the army. And I was a permanent commission officer. It is easy to join the army. It's very difficult to leave it.
Oh.
आप आर्मी को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, पर आर्मी को छोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल है.
In what way, sir?
They will torture you, they will abuse you, they will do everything, but they won't fire you. Anyway, I'm joking, but the fact is, because a doctor is such a, what you call, prized commodity in the armed forces, doctor की training होती है, उस पे सरकार बहुत कुछ खर्चा भी करती है, and it's a very premier college, and army needs doctors, and therefore I think that may be many reasons. I won't go into the politics of all this, but it's very difficult to leave. And then मेरा प्रॉब्लम तो ये था, अगर बाबा क्षमा करें, जब बाबा के नाम लेके मैं आपसे बात कर सकता हूँ, कि throughout my career, throughout my MBBS, MD, Baba made sure that most of the times I never stood second, it was always first.
Wow.
And Baba made sure that I got almost all the awards. And when the time came for me to leave the army, they said, how dare you leave the army? You are one of our best officers, you're the best doctor. तुम तो कहीं नहीं जाओगे. तुम्हें जो चाहिए हम दे देंगे. Tell us what you want. Some of my teachers were subsequently high up. My actually MD teacher, my mentor, my guide became the director of Armed Forces Medical Services. And I told him, sir, please, sir, let me go, sir. And I would even, when I would talk to my senior officer, it's, army discipline is very important, rank is important. But I had a privilege of getting very close to some of these people with whom I had worked. And I said, and I would always talk about also Baba ki baatein kar lete the hum. He said, nothing doing, you will leave the army over my dead body. You will not leave. I'm the DG and your future is so bright. One day you will sit in this very chair in Delhi. And how dare you think of leaving the army? What do you want? Where do you want to? You want to go abroad? I'll send you abroad. Do. But I said, no, I would nothing in the army, but I want to leave it deep inside. Itni vyata thi. So back to Mera. Tang aake ek din, Mera ko malum tha. I was married, Pune. I think it was Amar Tithi time. And Mera used to come to Pune every year, and every year that was a very special time. Many would spend with Mera, Manipui, and Dr. Gaver, and it was wo bhi ek bahut bada itihas hai. That's very special time of our lives. So anyway, I think Mani was outside that tank, that house which you see near Baba Samadhi. Mera would come and rest there. So I think the last day, I think it was Amar Tithi was over, and after the silence, I think then the ladies Mandli would leave. So somehow I walked by that route, and I think I ran into Manipui, and if I remember, I told Manipui, Manipui, I want to talk to Mera. So Manipui would always, very loving. She said, Dikra, of course, I'll tell Mera. Mera would certainly like to talk to you. So I said, no. She said, no, I'll tell Mera if she's very busy or packing, etc. But so she went and she said, stand here, and near the bush there's outside. I stand. And I was saying, Baba, I hope Mera has time. I don't know why I was so puzzled. Before I knew, Mera came straight and said, Jai Baba, Arvind, tell me, what's it, Arvind? So I was so thrilled. I said, Mera, please don't mind, but I want to tell you, I'm so fed up. I'm trying for the last 3 years, 4 years. My applications keep getting rejected. They won't let me leave the army, Mera. Mera, you must help me. Mera, and this is the way I used to talk to Mera. Mera, I need your help, And Mera, in that wonderful, divine, whimsical expression of her smile, and she looked up and said, oh, okay. So when you want to leave the army, why do you want to leave the army? I said, Baba, what should I tell her? I said, Mera, I just want to leave the army. There are many reasons, but I've had enough. I want to settle down. I want to research, and I want to this, and I want to that. And Mera said, Arvind, what if the army needs you more?
Oh.
I said, Mera, I've served. I've given them enough. I've served for 11 years. 11 वर्ष मैंने काम किया, बड़ा अच्छा सर्विस किया. I've never been found defaulting. I've been a doctor the way it should be, and I've done enough. And she said, Arvind, army is very nice. And then I remembered that Mera had some kind of a fascination for the army. She would love the army, the discipline, the band, the music. I said, Baba, now if Mera says, don't leave, I cannot leave. And she said, army is so nice. And Arvind, and I'd been telling her about my army stories earlier. I said, and Mera said, they give you awards, they give you this, you're doing so well, Arvind. I said, Mera, please, but I want to leave. Okay, so you want to leave? Okay. So I'll tell you, Arvind, I'll tell you what. And this was going on, and a lot of women, Mandi and others were standing and listening as to what's going on between Mera and me. And I was telling her, I said, Mera, please. She said, okay, don't worry, Arvind, don't worry. You know what? You know what's the best time to talk to Baba? When I want something? And I said, Mera, I folded my hands and I said, Mera, you just tell Baba, Mera, please. You know, I was very keen, anytime he'll do, you please tell Baba. She said, no, I talked to him in the middle of the night. And then, you know, Baba is listening to me. And this is serious talk. And believe me, at that time I said, Mera was, mere dil ko tasalli ke liye bol rahi hogi. Though I love Mera so much, but you know, that thought comes in, ki kya hoga isme? And finally said, Arvind, Jai Baba, keep Baba with you in your heart. I will talk to Baba. I'll tell Baba. And this was December, January 1988 or 89, sorry, January 1989. Or no, 88. Sorry, I'm just getting a little confused. Yeah, it was January 88. And I said, and I think I told Mehnaz, and I said, okay, I've told Mera now. Now this is the last thing. I hope, you know, Mera will tell Baba, and I want to fed up on this thing. And my applications are, I go back to my military hospital. I was in Belgaum. I was posted there. That was I finished my 3.5 years. And within, I think, few days of going back to my duty, I rejoined. My officer commanding calls me and said, Arvind, your resignation has been accepted by the government of India.
Wow.
I said, what? He said, Arvind, we got a telegram from the Ministry of Defense, and you have been allowed to proceed on premature retirement. 11 साल के सर्विस में किसी को premature retirement नहीं मिलती. You have to serve 17, 18 years. You can only resign your commission. And resigning means you resign and lose all benefits. I couldn't believe it. I rang up home. I thanked Baba and I said, Baba, Mera has spoken to you. Then I met Mera a little later. And I said, Mera, thank you very much. Mera, you know, she smiled. She said, I told you I'll speak to Baba. तो बताइए,
how beautiful this is.
इसको क्या कहेंगे हम जीवन में? So I've stopped thinking. Baba said, I perform no miracles. These are all our miracles in our lives. So many things happen, coincident miracles. There was so much more with Baba's presence, Baba's this thing, what I learned from Mera. And last time I spoke about the, जैसे कि Sam ji ने कहा कि yes, it was a lifetime's, I think, privilege to be with Mera when she breathed her last and to look after Mera. But that I won't narrate now. अभी थोड़े दिन पहले मैंने वो कुछ उसके झलकियां बताई थी कि वो मेरा का वो जो हमारे साथ था. So this way there are so many things which have happened. If you love Baba truly, many things will keep on happening. You may call them miracles, you may call them coincidences, up to you. Or you may just say, Baba, it's you and you alone who does it. So this is the way I look at some of the many unique things that have happened. अभी 2 हफ्ते 3 हफ्ते पहले की बात है कि ऐसे ध्यान आ गया. अभी ये I think I should skip some of those things now. How things
इसको छुपा दीजिए, ये घड़ी को छुपा दीजिए. Don't look at it.
So you know, my CA rings me up and, you know, he tells me, छोटी सी बात बताऊंगा कि डॉक्टर आपको आरटीओ को मिलने जाना होगा. आपका one of my car driving documents got lost. Short story. बहुत ही गड़बड़ हो रही थी. 2-3 साल से वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स यहाँ खो गए, वहाँ खो गए. And I was avoiding going to RTO office. I said, भैया हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है. I'm so busy. I can't leave my clinic and go to RTO just to meet him. तुम करा दो यार कुछ भी. और जैसे कि हमारी आदत है हिंदुस्तान में, अरे पैसे देना तो दे दो उसको यार, खत्म करो बात. Forget it. Get my papers released. But he said कि यार नहीं, doctor sir, his deputy is insisting, whoever the officer in charge of my case was, that you have to come. Just come for 5 minutes. I've arranged everything. Everything will be laid for you. You don't have to worry. I've got the RTO's agents. We have already told them, उनको fees दे देंगे, आपको जाके sign करना. मैं कहा पक्का ना, I'm not coming otherwise. हाँ, यहाँ पे patients are waiting. It was working day, but anyway, I went. I said, Baba, I was so unhappy that day. अभी थोड़े दिन की बात है. I said, Baba, what is this? Anyway, I go to the RTO's office and my this CA's friend is waiting there. I'm Doctor, please come. Yeah, these are the agents, 2 young people looking very business-like. चलिए, we'll go to the RTO, and आप sign कर देंगे. तो कोई जल्दी आप just form sign कर दी, like in RTO office, जो fish markets होती हैं हमारे government offices में. And then somebody comes from the RTO, जहाँ पे बैठा था RTO, बोलता है कि RTO is busy. He is meeting some पता नहीं कौन सा minister, and he will not be available for the next 4 hours. I said, यार तुम बड़े अजीब आदमी हो, हैं? यार बोला नहीं डॉक्टर साहब हम करवा देंगे अंदर जाके, फिक्र मत कीजिए. And I was saying, Baba, I've had enough. And then this COVID time, I was wearing my mask and I was wearing a shield and all those things. Oh. And then somebody taps me on my back. I turned around. अरे डॉक्टर साहब नमस्कार, काय कशा तुम्ही, काय करतो इथे आरटीओ ऑफिस में, आण्याची काय गरज आहे तुम्हारी, तुमची काय गरज आहे बाबा, हैं? भरपूर लोकांची तुम्ही मला फोन काय नाही केले, काय काम आहे. I don't even know who this man is, and I had to act. He said, मी आले होते ना 1 महिना आधी, तुम्ही मला बर केले, मला सांधे मारले. So I had to act. I said, हाँ नमस्कार, thank you very much. तुम्ही काय करतो? अरे नहीं, आप उसकी चिंता मत कीजिए कि मैं यहाँ कर रहा हूँ, आप क्यों आए यहाँ पर. अरे मैंने कहा यार बड़ा तंग कर रखा है तुम्हारे आरटीओ ऑफिस ने, ये एक साइन करना है और अभी समझ रहे हैं कि देव, अरे कागज दो. He told my that accountant, those 2 agents who were standing, he literally snatched the papers from him. Doctor, he put his hand, चलो, we'll go and meet the RTO. I said, Baba, नहीं, आप जनता मत कीजिए, हमने सब अरेंज कर. नहीं, चलो. One room, RTO is not there, इधर गया, उधर गया, you know how the government is, इधर गया, उधर गया. He goes to the PA to the RTO and he says, the RTO कुठे है? आपले डॉक्टर आले, माहिती नाही डॉक्टर. बाबा फॉरगिव मी, अरे इतनी मोठा डॉक्टर माहिती नाही है, डॉक्टर आले आज आपल्या आरटीओ ऑफिस मध्ये और तुम्ही त्यांचे हैरान करतो, लवकर साइन करणार पाहिजे, कुठे आरटीओ. So he said, he looks at me and says, डॉक्टर तुमचं विजिटिंग कार्ड आहे का? He maybe doubted it. So he looked my visiting card and he said, अच्छा काळजी नाही करा, I'm also authorized to sign on behalf of the RTO.
अरे वाह.
And I came out. And this gentleman who helped me, I thanked him so much, but believe me, I don't remember him at all. I took his phone number. He said, and he told me in future, don't come to the RTO office. Whenever you need anything out here, give me a ring. I have retired from this office many years back. So, kadam pe jab aap pareshan ho jate hain, nahi bhi hota to bhi koi baat nahi thi. I'm not laying much meaning to this particular incident, but I'm just sharing with you that when you least expect it, Baba will surprise you. Yes. And when you expect it most, he will make you suffer. That is Meher Baba. And that's why we love him so much. Because as I told you today, when I look back, it looks like yesterday. There was never slow moments. There were none. There was no success or failures. Everything seemed success. When I look at all my sorrows, all what I've gone through, they appear nothing. For a moment, yes, we are human beings. It hurts us. हमें दुख होता है, हमें दर्द होता है. But जब बाबा का चेहरा देखो और बाबा का ध्यान आए, तो वही बात आ जाती है बख्शी जी की. अरे बाबा की बातें बाबा ही जाने. बाबा करना है तो करो, नहीं तो ना करो. हम तो तुम्हारे हैं, तुम्हारे ही रहेंगे, तुम्हारे ही दीवाने हैं. So let me now. I think, Swamji, you will forgive me, and I need to close down this talk. I hope that I have made some Baba sense in what all I've spoken. And so I remembered something very nice about Erich also this morning, and I think I must share that with you. When I got married, Erich sent me a very lovely kind of a painting of a forest. He sent me 2 paintings. One was from him, and I think one was from the Mandli. And those words are so deeply etched in my heart. And I went and read the paintings again this morning, where I said, Baba, I'm going to tell this today. And the painting which Erich gave me, it said, all I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. That's Meher Baba. And the other painting, which is there in my study room back home, also has a very powerful message. I hear the echo of your voice. आपकी आवाज की ध्वनि, echo हम सुनते हैं. I see the magic of your creation. हम आपकी ये जो ब्रह्मांड, जो creation है, उसका हम जादू देखते हैं. I see the magic of your creation. And I know the power of your hand. This is very important, the last line. और हमें हर पल इस बात को समझना है, अपने जहन में रखना, in our conscience, the power of your hand. This beloved friend of ours, we cannot take him for granted. The power of his hand. The experiences that I've shared with you, and many more experiences that you all will share with me, all these are by the grace of the power of his hand. And when I was serving in the Armed Forces Medical College Command Hospital, I think I got a call from, from Mirwan, Erich's brother, that Arvind, Erich has got a little eye problem. And, he has been to eye doctors, but I thought I'll just tell you. I said, Mirwan, I will come and talk to Erich. He said, no. I said, can I show him to some of my professors in the army? And I don't remember what happened, but I got the answer, yes. Erich is very happy I'm going to come and see you. I don't know what the background was, but chhod dijiye. Before I knew Erich came, I don't know how Erich came to me when in my uniform, in Command Hospital, FMC. Who brought him? I don't remember that. But what I remember is what I want to share with you. So I took him to my professor of ophthalmology, my eye specialist. So I was so thrilled. I mean, who would not be thrilled to have Erich by you, and you're taking Erich to another doctor? And Erich was talking to me, and, as usual, we had, so how are you, Arvind, this and that. So anyway, we were ushered into the professor of ophthalmologist's chamber. And in fact, I don't even remember the name of my professor anymore. I was trying, but he asked Erich. He said, yes, Mr. Jasawala, what is your problem? Have you had problems in the eye? Something like that. He asked him something. But Erich's answer was so beautiful that it kept coming to me over the years. He said, Doctor, these eyes have seen the eyes of the beloved. What can be wrong with these eyes?
My God.
And I remember, before the professor could fathom what he's saying, I said, we are Meher Baba's followers, and Erich laughed and said, yes. The beloved Meher Baba, these eyes have seen the eyes of God. So he said, Doctor, of course, he examined him. But so I remembered Erich, and I remembered these things about Erich. And so, my dear friends, what else I want to tell you is that this morning, I picked up something, as I told you, that Stay with God is one of my favorite books. I've not read much. Padne ki zarurat bhi nahi padi. I read God Speaks, and I've read Stay with God, and I've heard Sab Kuch Aur Kuch Nahi. Baba, I told you, provided us with such wonderful tutors and mentors. There was no need to read, actually. Pardon me for saying so. I've never felt that mujhe kuch bahut deep padhna chahiye ya kuch karna chahiye. Because, I grew up listening ki love Baba, that's supreme. There's nothing else required. Love, obedience, surrender, things like that. So, the This is what Baba says in that Stay with God. Seek me not to put off from you your troubles, but find me in the order to surrender yourself to me. मुझे इसलिए मत ढूंढो कि मैं तुम्हारी तकलीफों को दूर करूंगा. Make my happiness your cheer and my comforts your rest. मेरी खुशी को अपनी खुशी बनाओ और मेरा जो कंफर्ट है वो तुम्हारा आराम होना चाहिए. Do not expect me to cure your afflictions. मत सोचो कि मैं तुम्हारी बीमारियां afflictions को ठीक करूंगा. Not that we doctors can do it, we are horrible. But even God says, don't expect me to cure your afflictions. The fact is that He only cures. There's no doubt about that. But your ignorance, expect me to cure your ignorance, Baba says. Beg me not to save your life, but to permit you to lay down your life at my feet. आप अपना जीवन मेरे चरणों में डालो. Give me some little part of you. I love these lines. बहुत कुछ नहीं बाबा मांगते हमसे, थोड़ा सा हिस्सा अपना मुझे दे दीजिए. Some little cherished sin or despised virtue. अच्छा बुरा जो आपके पास कुछ है ना हमको दे दीजिए, बाबा बोलते हैं. Making for me a small place in you to live. थोड़ी सी जगह अपने अंदर मुझे दे दीजिए. A small space, a bit clean. बाबा बोलते हैं वो साफ होनी चाहिए जगह आपके अंदर. And free of other company. जहां मैं बैठूंगा, जहां मैं विराजमान होऊंगा, वहां कोई और नहीं बैठेगा. सिर्फ मैं and me alone shall sit in that throne. This is not what Baba said, but I am saying. Baba said, for I am shy to knock where I am not wanted and where there is no room for me. So this is the way, जैसे कि many times I've heard Manipur saying, you have to be ready to receive His love. You have to be ready to receive His grace. That readiness should not leave us ever. Ever. I have grown up seeing my mother and father give alms and some money or some food to anyone, everyone who would come to our house. Any sadhu, any bhikhari, and we would get so upset because many of them looked little fraud or did not look real ones. And dad was a little conservative and mummy would often say, नहीं मालूम किस भेष में मिल जाएंगे भगवान. And I've heard this. And I would say, Mummy, never mind. When you want to get God, God will come. But she said, no. हमको नहीं मालूम किस भेष में मिल जाएंगे भगवान. And this was even before Baba came into our life. And before I end up, Mummy was in the last few days. She was dying. I, as a doctor, was helpless, couldn't do anything. She was still young. I suppose when mothers die at any age, they are young. And mothers are mothers, and I could do nothing for her. And the 3-4 months that I spent with her in the hospital, she convinced me that there's nothing to feel sorrow for. I would cry in the beginning, but very rarely she would cry. In fact, she suffered from a very painful disease, but I don't remember her ever asking for any painkillers or injections. When finally one day I asked her, I said, Mummy, after you go, is there anything that you want me to do or anything that you have a desire which is not fulfilled? And I still remember her voice. She's saying, Are, what else can I want? I found God in life. How many people get God in life? In my lifetime, Baba mil gaye, Bhagwan mil gaye. Aur kya chahiye? That's it. So Baba is with us. That is a supreme part of our life. That is the ultimate satisfaction. Baki sab moh, maya, this, whatever bindings, etc. are there. But yes, in those few months or few moments, I learned about life more than I've ever learned through my training as a doctor. Baba taught me that this is life. So I think I would like to now conclude, and Sanji, I will conclude by singing a bhajan, which is very dear to me and many of you have heard. I would write bhajans for Mehra when she would come to Pune. And it always used to be a very hurried affair. Arey, aaj Mehra aane wali hai. And morning I would say, Mehra is going to ask me, Arvind, what have you written today? And earlier I was in the army, posted, I would rush to Pune whenever she was here. Those 3 years I was in Belgaum. So, एक ऐसे ही समय में जब मेरा बाबा हाउस आई अपने during a vacation when she came, and I said, Baba, I have to write a song for Mera. I remembered that sometime before that, Mera had asked me, or she had told me, or I don't remember exactly, but she had said, अरे वो दिल्ली वालों ने वो भजन गाया था राम शाम ईसा अल्लाह मैं क्या जानू रे. Arvind, you know, very nice song. You know, कुसुम जी ने गाया था. तो मैंने कहा वो भजन मेरा को बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, शायद maybe I should sing that. But then I said I need to write and I don't have the words. And my mother had the words and they would sing the Delhi version, but I had no words. But I got so caught up in that, I said, no, I will rewrite this song for Mera. And the song that I wrote for Mera, and many of you have heard that. So with your permission and with Baba's permission, please, I will sing that song. Ram Sham Isa Allah मैं क्या जानू रे, Ram Sham Isa Allah मैं क्या जानू रे, मेरे प्यारे बाबा मैं तुझे अपना मानू रे, मेरे प्यारे बाबा मैं तुझे अपना मानू रे, माया के अंधेरों में एक दीप जलाया तुमने, खुद गर्जी में सोया था मुझको जगाया तुमने, तेरे नाम की माला जपना मैं बस जानू रे, मेरे प्यारे बाबा मैं तुझे अपना मानू रे. And the paragraph which I enjoyed most while writing. सीता के राम तुम ही हो, राधा के कृष्ण कन्हैया, मीरा के प्यारे गिरधर, हर भक्तन के खवैया, मेरा के तुम प्रियतम मेहर मैं बस जानू रे. And if I close my eyes, I remember Mera listening to me, sitting in front of me on the sofa, and I sitting near her feet. And believe me, Mera, the glow and the divine could not have been anything more than that.
Oh.
He liked this line so much. And I love that. मेरा के तुम प्रियतम मेहर मैं बस जानू रे, मेरे प्यारे बाबा मैं तुझे अपना मानू रे, कोई भी नाम हो तेरा पर तू दाता है मेरा. It makes no difference. कोई भी नाम हो तेरा पर तू दाता है मेरा, जब से बाबा को देखा दूर हुआ अंधेरा, मेरे लिए बाबा है सूरज मैं बस जानू रे, मेरे प्यारे बाबा मैं तुझे अपना मानू रे. And this song many have heard, and Rustam Saab sing it so well, and many times we three of us, we always sing on Amar Tithi. And when Mera was being lowered at her final resting place, we sang this song. So I think in many ways, this is the song of my life.
Oh.
And this is what I want to share with you. Thank you very much for calling me this evening to share my experiences. I've just thought some experiences. COVID-19 have been bad times, very stressful times, but they've taught us so many human values.
Yes.
And I look upon this as part of Baba's divine game. There is a purpose.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Personally speaking, I've never had an idle moment. I'll be honest to confess that I've enjoyed these last 1.5 years of lockdown so much, because I could read, stay with God, and I could do many things which I never could do earlier because of lack of time. The patients didn't stop coming. The research didn't stop. virtual meetings made it absolutely. I've been so busy talking about the subjects which I love. And I said, Baba, हम तो सोच रहे थे जब शुरू में लॉकडाउन हुआ कि how will we pass time, Baba? I'll be miserable because without seeing patients, there's nothing much I can do. I must see patients. And Baba made sure that, Arvind, you will not stay idle, lockdown or no lockdown. You will continue to do what you are destined to do. And therefore, yes, Baba, thank you very much. I'm basically a doctor. And Samji ne bola to bahut acha laga, Baba's doctor in many ways. And yes, he has given me an opportunity to serve. I'll do my bit, whatever I could do. But irrespective of what Baba said, and I quoted from the book, He Cures. There's no doubt about that. एक और जाते जाते आपको बता दें, देहरादून में many of you would know that as Raja Saab थे सहारनपुर के राजा, he was actual Raja Saab सहारनपुर के थे. उनकी रानी साहबा थी, बाबा के प्रेमी थे. और तो बाबा के सीनियर प्रेमियों में थे. और वो बहुत भजन लिखते, जो कुसुम जी के फादर, और कई भजन वो लिखते थे. तो उनका एक जो है, मैंने कहीं लिखा था, आज एकदम ध्यान आया, उसके आपको 2 ही पंक्तियां सुनाऊंगा. ये अबाउट मेडिसिन के बारे में, कि असली मेडिसिन क्या है. ये राजा साहब, ये भी हमारे टीचर थे. मैं जैसे बोला, आई फॉरगॉट एट दैट टाइम, बट आई एम थिंकिंग आई एम रिमेंबरिंग एट द राइट टाइम. So he would play harmonium and he would sing this Baba songs which he would write. He was a great writer. इश्क की इब्तदा भी तुम, इश्क की इब्तदा भी तुम, हुस्न की इंतहा भी तुम. इश्क की इब्तदा भी तुम, हुस्न की इंतहा भी तुम. जाने दो राज खुल गया, अब जाने दो राज खुल गया. बंदे भी तुम, खुदा भी तुम. कोशिश तो की बहुत मगर दर्दे जिगर हुआ ना कम. बाबा दर्दे जिगर हुआ ना कम. बाबा दर्दे जिगर हुआ ना कम. कोई करेगा क्या इलाज अब, कोई करेगा क्या इलाज अब. दर्द भी तुम, दवा भी तुम. इश्क की इब्तदा भी तुम, हुस्न की इंतहा भी तुम. Yes, Baba, your unlimited, unfathomable love. Thank you, Baba, so much. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. Thank you very much.
Jai Baba, Dr.
Jai Baba. Thank you very
Please
much.
don't go away. I have a few things to say. Pehle to, if anybody wants to ask any questions, go ahead very briefly. If you want to ask questions. Haji.
Jai Baba, Sam uncle,
Jai Baba.
or the doctor, if you can just give the gist of what you sang, because it is very heart touching. So few words, like us, we don't understand much. If one word is gone, the meaning is gone. So if you can just, in a gist, I mean, in a nutshell, can you talk about the last one that
The
you?
last song, right?
Yes.
Ishq, ishq is love. Ishq ki ibtada bhi tum. The limit of love, Baba, you are. Husn ki intaha bhi tum. You are beyond the beauty, the limit of beauty. Wherever the limit, you are the limit of beauty. You are the limit of love. Jane to raaz khul gaya. So, like you tell your friend, Arey, leave it. Baba, your secret has been revealed. Jaane, raaz khul gaya. You try to hide from us, but we got to know the secret. Or bande bhi tum, khuda bhi tum. You are the man, you are the God. So these are the meaning of the first two lines. Koshish to ki bahut magar. I tried my best, Baba. I tried my best. Darde jigar hua na kam. But the pain that I bear in my bosom did not become less. I tried my best, but the pain in my bosom did not become less. Koi karega kya ilaj ab? Baba, who can look after me? Who can treat me? Who can treat me?
Ilaj.
Because dard bhi tum, dawa bhi tum. You are the pain and you are the medicine. That's a ghazal which was written by Kusum ji's father, Raja Sahib of Sahanpur ki yaad aa gayi. This is the meaning. I hope that I made
Very, very clear. Thank you so much.
I'm not very good at Urdu, but this is what my father used to explain to us. And
You have taken a few minutes, but that means a lot to me. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants to ask anything? Jimmy Khan, would
Yeah,
you like?
this is Ram Nouri.
Okay, Ram Nouri, go ahead.
First, I want to thank the doctor for sharing his experiences with us. Thank you, doctor. And I may have missed some parts of your talk. So, have you actually met Baba in
No,
person?
not in physical,
Okay.
but I just want to add, see him all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. Because I was away from the talk for a few minutes, so I thought maybe I missed it. You may have mentioned it, but I thought I missed it. So just a clarification.
I didn't see him in his physical form.
Jana Grover, would you
Yeah,
like?
and, thanks for sharing your wonderful stories with us.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba Arvind ji. It's been such an overwhelming evening listening to you. And like you said in the beginning, जो तेरे हैं, वो तेरा जिक्र
जो
किया
तेरे
करते
हैं, वो
हैं,
तेरा जिक्र
किया करते हैं. और आपने शुरुआत में ये भी कहा था कि हर सांस में मैं अनुभव करूं. मैं आज यही बाबा से प्रार्थना करती हूँ कि हम सबको भी ऐसी ही ग्रेस मिले उनकी, कि हम भी हर सांस में आपकी तरह उनका अनुभव करते रहे. बहुत अच्छा लगा आपका सेशन.
जय बाबा.
नमस्कार. जय बाबा.
Thank you, Archana. Who else? Dilshad Kapadia, briefly, please.
Jai Baba, Dr. Chopra. I'm completely impressed by the humility that you show as a ex-army person. So I'm completely floored by that. My question is that you have a very special name for your mother-in-law. Would you explain in short how you came about that name?
You mean
Memas.
Memas?
Yes.
याद ही नहीं. But I don't know how I got this name. Everyone used to call her Memas, I mean, I didn't ask her also what I should call her. When I first met her, of course, I did not call her Memas. I think I used to call her maybe auntie or something when my mom introduced me. But I remember that when I moved to stay in Baba house, it was always Memas.
Memas is a Persian, this thing for mother, grandmother.
Absolutely.
I think.
And thank God I called her Memas, otherwise she would have been so upset if I didn't call her.
Maybe sometime you can tell us about your how you got in touch with your wife and how you came about into the family.
I think that you ought to listen from her, I think.
Thank you.
Because I need to have my dinner tonight. Agar maine kuch gadbad kar di to bahut mushkil ho jayegi. But yes, I mean, Meera will tell you, of course, I would say it's Meera who brought us together. Of course, Baba's grace.
Oh, really?
But she will tell you in the story, or maybe I'll tell some other time. Yes, it was
Sam Uncle will
who
invite
thought
me
of us.
next time.
Zarur. we'll ask Kapri Janice to be after Dr. Chopra to rope in his wife.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
It was so nice. I feel it should never stop.
हम फिर
हम
आएंगे
आप बोलते जाएं, हम सुनते जाएं.
यही तो खूबी है बाबा की.
बहुत बहुत
I
बहुत
remember-
अच्छा. Very
धन्यवाद.
emotional, few emotional moments were there. Jai Baba.
Yes.
जिमी
agree
खान
with you.
कुछ कहना है जिमी
हम
खान?
तो हम तो इस बात को मानते हैं, again something which I inherited from my mother, that वो प्रेम ही क्या जिसमें आंसू न बहे. My mother would cry and say these are tears of joy, and she would tell us all children, don't go after my tears. So we would sing, we would often tell her this is emotional blackmail. This is totally emotional blackmail. But we learned as we learned Baba, and we have that, you know, I learned the meaning of that. कि बाबा के प्रेम में आंसू तो बहाने चाहिए. Some tears must flow when you
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
when you love Baba.
Yeah, Arvind, I heard you last month on a different platform, and I heard you today as well. Not a single story is repeated, not one. You really have bandar of Baba's stories.
No, Jimmy, thank you. Amika, whatever came in my mind.
Fabulous, fabulous, absolute fabulous.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, wonderful evening.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
I just thought I'll pay a tribute to all those wonderful Meher Baba lovers from Dehradun who tutored us as children. And that's what I picked up my theme this evening. You know, each one of them have such fantastic stories. Someday, you know, many of them are written in the books, and some of them perhaps are not written. We'll certainly love to, you know, share with all of you some of those stories which a few of us were privileged to listen. Jai Baba.
So,
I have been to
Dr.
Dehradun.
Chopra, Dr.
Hi,
Chopra,
hi.
this is Ram Nuri again. I think you should come back and then, you know, have few more sessions and
Sure.
finish all the
Exactly my
stories.
sentiments. Exactly.
Jai Baba, I think let the lockdown get over. Would love to come and love to come and be with all of you, meet each one of you, hug all of you, have prasad, चाय पानी का इंतजाम करना होगा आपको और हम
जरूर.
सब बातें.
We take you on that.
No, I came to your house few times. You weren't there, but I met Marinaz and Maria few times, you know. So.
Yeah, that is unfortunately my life, that I'm hardly in the house during the day. I leave early morning, and I am back at my home at about 9:30 on the working days at night.
Yeah.
क्या करें, डॉक्टर की जिंदगी ऐसी है. बाबा ने पहले तो डॉक्टर बनाया ना हमको.
जी.
This sharing this stories is something like, you know, Diwali for me. ये हमें समय कब मिलता है. I'm enjoying this even much more than anyone else. Thank you very much. But
And,
yes,
as you said earlier, you know, this lockdown actually had given me a lot of opportunities, you know,
yes.
to go through, you know, Baba literature, you know, sort of. Otherwise, I've not read, you know, I'm highly Baba illiterate, I would say, you know, I would call
No.
myself.
Nobody's Baba illiterate. मैंने आपसे कहा ना, Jimmy, I never had the Baba forgive me. I mean, I read God Speaks because I think Murthy ji was also one of our very important mentors in our life, and we spent lots of time with Murthy ji. If I remember, Murthy ji said, Arvind, do read God Speaks. I think Baba had said also that, Baba, pardon me, but everyone should read God Speaks once, at least, whether you understand or not. So God Speaks pad dali. Stay with God, as I said, I read because of Kumar ji. And सब कुछ और कुछ नहीं सुनना पड़ता था कीर्तन में, because सरदार जी अंकल वरिंदर सिंह जी used to read that as part of कीर्तन. बाकी कुछ पढ़ने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं. And Jimmy, don't worry, you have so much in you without reading. Jai Baba.
Dr. Saab, what I'll take back from today's talk of yours, जो मैं जिंदगी भर याद रखूंगा और कभी नहीं भूलूंगा, was that one of the first dreams that you had, where Baba ke kadmon, you were massaging his feet,
felt in real life as if
and see how it has played out in your life कि आपको उनके चरणों में रखा है अभी तक. उनके चरण आपको गिफ्ट में मिल भी तो गए through that plaster of Paris or whatever it was, वो भी तो मिल गए वाकई में. And it reminds me of that Madhusudan's bhajan के प्रभु मैं चरण न छोड़ न जाऊं. Baba had made him sing that on his wedding day, and फिर over a period of time he did drift off, and then when he came back and all that. So we are so fortunate. We are so fortunate कि हमें उनके बस चरणों में बनाए रखे. That is all. This is exactly what my sentiment is. हमें और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. बस वो हमें उनके बनाए रखे बस.
बहुत सुंदर राम जी, बिल्कुल
जी.
बाबा ने तो कहा था कि आई एम सो स्लिपरी, होल्ड ऑन टू मी, होल्ड ऑन.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Hold on with both your hands. Both your hands. हाँ.
That's true.
बहुत मजा आ गई आज.
Yeah.
If there was no restraint for time, we would have gone on and on and on and on and never stopped or worried about anything. But kya kare? Mansari used to say we are all majboor, you know.
Absolutely. Yes, Mansari auntie also was absolutely unique gem.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Like you said, someday we should meet up personally, hug, have chai. And yes,
Chai pe charcha.
chai pe charcha. Yes, yes. करेंगे. बाबा ने चाहा तो वो भी हो जाए.
जरूर जरूर. आमीन. Yes,
आमीन आमीन. Yes, yes. चलिए फिर. और anybody else wants to ask anything or say anything? आज तो बहुत मजा आ गई.
Uncle, if nobody has a question, we can end with an aarti.
Yes.
Archana ji will do the aarti.
Okay, fine.
Sam uncle, can I also request you to invite his son? That would be
Sure.
also lovely.
Yes, I'll convey your to maybe.
Still one more
Dr.
generation.
There is nothing like invitation. It is an open invitation rather. जब भी आपका दिल करे, all you need to do is just pick up the phone and say कि भाई this Thursday I'll be on, and that's it.
No, I'm sure Mariar is listening to this. He's a dental surgeon, and like me, he's very shy. But when we start talking, we don't stop. Jai Baba.
So that would be one more generation younger talking about Baba, which would be lovely.
Absolutely. When he talks, I can't talk. He's over. I have to keep quiet. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
One question, Sam uncle. Where are all these recordings? The Zoom will not show any recordings. Where are the recordings there?
On Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Facebook.
Okay. Got it.
मेरे बाबा सेंटर Facebook पेज. तो आप लिंक पे करेंगे तो मिल जाएगा.
Okay. Thank
you.
जी, आपके जो मैसेज आया था व्हाट्सएप मैसेज, उसमें लास्ट में देयर इज अ लिंक, फेसबुक लिंक भी है. सो आप उस पे क्लिक करेंगे तो आपको इमीडिएटली वो पेज पे डायरेक्टली ले जाएंगे.
Yeah, I know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Archana Grover.
जय बाबा.
जय मेहर बाबा.
हुआ लहर से ही है जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण, उसकी देवी अनंतता का ऐसे हो अनुमान। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं, तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। जीवन की हर सांस हमारी, जीवन की हर सांस हमारी बन जाए प्रभु कति तुम्हारी, हे करुणा करे लीलाधारी, हे करुणा करे लीलाधारी, तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। बने आरती जीवन मेरा, बने आरती जीवन मेरा, आदि अंत का लय हो खेरा, आदि अंत का लय हो खेरा, खोले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, खोले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। अवतार मेहर बाबा
मेहर बाबा की जय,
अवतार मेहर
मेहर
बाबा
बाबा की
की
जय,
जय,
अवतार
अवतार मेहर बाबा
की जय।
डॉक्टर साहब, जस्ट वन फेवर, भाई साहब जरा आपका फोन म्यूट कीजिए प्लीज। ओके डॉक्टर साहब, आपको एक रिक्वेस्ट है, अगर हो सके तो अगले हफ्ते नेक्स्ट थर्सडे इटसेल्फ if you can arrange your wife, Mehnaz, and your son also to join, and the three of you all combine or whatever way you want. But I'm sure you all have so much to share. खजाना जो है वो एक राज कपूर के पिक्चर का डायलॉग मुझे अभी तक याद है, where it says कि ये दौलत ऐसी है कि जितनी लुटाई जाए उतनी ही बढ़ती है.
बिल्कुल.
So that is all that we ask from you. कि तुम्हारी ये जो
I will get back to Janice. I'll talk to them.
जी जरूर.
They have time. I'll just look at my calendar also, Samji.
जी हाँ.
But I will certainly do in one of the very maybe next or near Thursdays. May.
हाँ. जैसे आपको.
And, certainly I will pass a message. Thank
because
you.
It would be very nice. It would be very nice.
जब आपने राज कपूर का नाम लिया तो मैं थोड़ा सा मुझे भय होगा कि आप बोलने वाले हैं. अभी पिक्चर तो बाकी है.
अरे वाह.
बाबा के पिक्चर इज ह्यूज, वो कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाली.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
जय बाबा, जय बाबा,
जय मेहर बाबा.
जय बाबा.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I thank Janice and I thank the technical team also.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you for taking your time out for हम सब लोगों के लिए. It really means a lot to us. Thank you.
No, जरूर. I am also. Thank you very much. जरूर मिलेंगे.
जी.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
जय. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba, and everyone. Thank you, Baba and
Dr.
Arvind
Chopra.
ji, for an amazing program. Thank you so much. Uncle, shall I end the program meeting for all?
It's up to you.
Janice, thank you. Janice, thank you.
Uncle. Thank you, Baba. Please.
Thank you, Janice. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you again next week. Stay safe. Take care. Baba Nigeba. Avatar Meher Baba ki.
And do get in touch with Dr. Chopra.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Avatar
Jai
Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba.
ki
जय
jai.
बाबा.
जय.
Avatar
Thank
Meher
you,
Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you. See you all.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Jai Baba.